Okay, here we are, this week's G.I. Joe toy review, and we'll be closing out this G.I. Joe with Animal Companions Month with Shipwreck and his animal companion Polly. And but before we get to Shipwreck and Polly, let's get to our shout outs for the week, where we will have Back to the Media at backtothemedia.com, which is here in Winchester, Virginia. You can buy, sell, and trade video games, vinyl records, vintage toys, comics, Blu-rays, DVDs, cassettes, cult VHSs. You can find them on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Back to the Media. Their email address is backtomedia.com or backtothemedia at gmail.com. And their address is 147 South Loudon Street, right there on the Walking Mall. And while you're there at the Walking Mall, go down to visit Time Traveler Toys and Collectibles at 115 South Loudon Street in Winchester, Virginia. And they are where you can go there, buy, sell, and trade comics, toys, and collectibles. And you can find them on Facebook, and their email address is time traveler toys at gmail.com. And when you go and see Charles, tell him I sent you. So let's take a look at Shipwreck's file card, and it says Sailor, codename Shipwreck, file name Hector X Delgado, and his primary military specialty is a gunner's mate. Secondary military specialty is mechanist, and his birthplace is Chula Vista, California, and his grade is a CPO, or Chief Petty Officer. The text says, the text reads, if I as soon as I can get this in a good focus, it says Shipwreck grew up in the shadow of the Navy, especially the shadow of the sprawling San Diego Navy Yards. He enlisted at the youngest possible age with his parents' permission and proceeded to serve with a distinction in the Mekong Delta, where hand-to-hand fighting with river pirates, smugglers, and insurgents was the order of the day. Put in time at several naval bases and was on hand at certain carrier initiated operations in the Middle East. Graduated Naval Gunnery School in the Great Lakes, qualified expert M16, M14, Brawling 50 caliber, 20 millimeter or Laken AA gun, M19 11A1. And the quote is Shipwreck is a quintessential sailor. He can splice a line, fry powdered eggs in a tooth of a gale, whatever that means, and eat them. Taller tales than the Senate Appropriations Committee, and take a three day liberty in Thurl, Greenland, and come back smiling. So let's take a look at Shipwreck's accessories. Where it comes with a big old modern era GI Joe figure stand with the GI Joe upraised logo, codename Shipwreck on the front. He comes with his percussion pistol, which we also seen with like Burnout. We've seen it with Flint. We've seen it with um Sansabar and a few other figures. And we'll probably see some more along the line. He also comes with a Uzi, mostly black plastic. He also comes with his little auto pistol. And this wouldn't be Animals Companions Month without going over Polly the Parrot. It was his lime green feathery head with a darker green feathered body with the golden painted beak and legs. And unlike Freedom that we saw in our last video, which I posted yesterday due to technical difficulties, I had to post it late. So I'm sorry about that being late. Um, Polly's wings aren't open and in flight mode like Freedom's was, and his claws are actually combined as one, unlike Freedom's, which is you can see the separation within the two, within the legs. So let's take a look at Shipwreck. And here's Shipwreck with his white sailor's cap, brown beard, blue shirt with the Chief Petty signature right there. He's got his brown belt, his blue trousers. He's also got on this arm a sailor's tattoo, and as you can tell, his fist is balled up, kind of like Cobra Commander, or hooded and face painted Cobra Commanders anyway. He's got his blue trousers. He's got his holster, his little brown and black. He's got pouch right there on his belt, and his brownish black boots. So let's take a look at the articulation of Shipwreck. Typical typical articulation. Try saying that 3 times fast. For modern G.I. Joe figures, his head does a full 360, and he actually does have a good range of motion of like up and down, side to side range on his head. His arm can lift all the way up to here. It can also rotate full 360, bend at the elbow, rotate at the bicep, and he can also rotate at the fist or at the wrist. He also has the ab crunch feature, which you can really see on my figure. Typical T-hook legs. It comes out to about here. His leg can lift all the way up to about here. And he's double jointed at the knees. His ankle can pivot as well as rotate to 360. So that's the articulation on Shipwreck. So let's look at Shipwreck all geared up, ready for battle with Polly on his arm. And here's Shipwreck all ready for battle. With his percussion pistol, his gun in his automatic pistol right there in his gun holster, probably on the arm. And the Uzi, I had to sit right there because there really ain't no place to carry it. That's the one thing I don't like about a lot of modern era figures has too many accessories and no place to put them, which I think is kind of messed up because he's not. What can he do with the Uzi at the moment? But that's and my thought on Shipwreck was well. Let me start off with like uh his first comic book appearance was in issue number 40, where he was in charge of the tactical battle platform right there in the Gulf of Mexico. And but Polly made his first appearance in the comic book in issue number 1 of Special Missions. And then the first animated appearances was Shipwreck was in the Revenge of Cobra Part 2, where he was like a mercenary for the G.I. Joe hire. And Polly's first appearance was in episode 1 of the 5-part miniseries, The Pyramid of Darkness. My thoughts on Shipwreck was he was always one of my favorite Joes. He's good for comic relief. Polly was always good for being the comedic double for Shipwreck, giving them a chance to outwit each other, which actually was good entertainment for me. And I rank Shipwreck and Polly as both of them as top tier figure due to the iconic nature of Shipwreck, which is actually his second version of the Vintage Collection, was actually known in Nickelodeon's Action Force as Stinky Diver. So this is technically where Stinky Diver came from. And so I would like to thank everybody for watching and making this G.I. Joe with Animal Companions month actually very exciting for me. I like looking at all these Animal Companions with G.I. Joe figures this month. So I'd like to invite everybody to come and check out Cobra Conversions 2 next month. And starting on Monday I will be posting my 2 year anniversary video because yes, I will be on YouTube 2 years as of July the 1st. So I will be posting the video of the vote because the voting has ended. So I will be posting the man that won the vote or the GI Joe figure that won the vote for July the 1st. I can't show it to them right now because it's a surprise. I want everybody to be surprised when they see the video. A lot of y'all will be very happy, to see who it was. But so I would like to thank y'all for actually that participated in the vote for taking part in it. I appreciate you and I appreciate everybody that watches my videos. And so tune in starting July 1st with my 2 year anniversary video. We will be doing I will be doing every video will be a part of Cobra Convergence 4. So I get to be a part of Cobra Convergence 4, thanks to Hooded Cobra Commander 788. Thank you so much, big man. I appreciate that. Being in Cobra Convergence this year is actually exciting. So tune in to next weekend's scheduled review, which my Cobra Convergence offering starting on July the 5th, the weekend of July the 5th, or the 4th of July weekend, will be based on Cobra Foot Soldiers. And the first offering is the special Crimson Guard from the Fred series. From the Fred series Crimson Guard. So tune in next week to check out the Crimson Guard video. Check out Monday for my posting on Monday so we could do the 2 year anniversary video. And let's get going on Cobra Convergence 4. And remember, let's make all of July Cobra Blue. Cobra, and have a good weekend.